The way they described this, Christina Marla, was that a failure of government at every level to help the people here dealing with the aftermath of that contamination from the now closed battery recycling plant. But they're promising to help get federal help that might make the difference. Well, the fancy word is remediation. A bobcat removing all the soil from around this small Boyle Heights home. This one example of a years-long, still incomplete cleanup effort.
We've had a high rate of cancer and other illnesses.
An emotional Terry Gonzalez Cano, one of so many residents of the mostly blue-collar Latino communities surrounding the now closed Exide battery recycling plant in Vernon.
We had generations of people playing in the dirt, gardening, eating the vegetables that grew in the contaminated soil. Most of my family is gone.
Exide shut down for good March 2015 after generations of operations that left behind an environmental disaster, lead, arsenic contamination in communities like Maywood, Huntington Park, Boyle Heights, Commerce, East LA. The state's already committed almost $1 billion for cleanup, still not finished. Exide committed $50 million, went bankrupt after paying a fraction of that.
So we appreciate you.
So today, the latest effort to get the feds involved, now led by California Senator Alex Padilla, who's urging the EPA to designate this area as a federal Superfund site, freeing up more money for cleanup.
It's not just a zip code. It's not just a census tract. This is a community. We're talking about neighbors. We're talking about friends. We're talking about families who have been neglected by prior governments.
Look, there's no doubt that every level of government has failed here for generations. That's the bottom line. There's no excuse around it. Where the counties, the cities, the state, and the feds for 40, 50 years didn't address the worst environmental disaster on the West Coast that we now know as Exide.
The worst environmental disaster on the West Coast. And as we walk down the street here, Christine and Marla, all of these homes have already been remediated. We're talking about some 10,000 homes with contaminated soil, contaminated yards, and they've remediated less than half of those. And there's just an untold number of people who have had various diseases, cancers, respiratory illnesses, have died. Of course, it's very difficult to prove the cause and effect, but there's a lot of momentum right now for getting the EPA money involved.